Hello there.
We are back.
We are back. We have one new movie this week, but I thought we could do something fun.
Slim pickings this week.
Now that we have abandoned our 2025 list, we didn't catch a couple movies. I'll go over the ones we didn't catch later, though.
So we are just starting over for 2026, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We are on track so
2026 is
far.
a new year. We're on track, I would say. We have quite a few movies we still need to watch, but I think we're on track for now. I'm not feeling too overwhelmed. I have a new system, so hopefully.
I'm excited. Let's go.
All right. So our first and only real movie we're going to talk about more in depth today, the 2026 movie Redo.
Spelled Redux Redux.
This movie was really cool,
Is that French or something?
I guess.
Title aside, I agree. This movie was neat. I like the concept. I remember being interested in the trailer. It looked like a good for her style movie with some brutality in it.
A good for her movie is everything to me. Like, we start off strong. We see this woman. Her name is Irene. She's our main character. She is trying to kill this man who is a serial killer, and he killed her 14-year-old daughter, I believe.
I think so.
And you get this really cool action sequence. And this is not a high-budget movie either, so everything that they were doing was really impressive.
All of these shots were really well done.
Yeah, this was directed by Kevin and Matthew McManus.
Okay.
Their
McManus
sister,
brothers.
Michaela, was the lead.
Okay.
Was Irene. So a
She
nice
did a
little
really good job.
family affair. Yeah, she was great. But yeah, we quickly learn that there's some time travel element or something that then turns into, no, it's not time travel. It's alternate universes, alternate realities. Stuff like that breaks my brain sometimes. It's a big reason why I'm not a huge sci-fi person. But I think this movie didn't overcomplicate alternate realities. I understood everything that they were trying to do and say, and they didn't feel the need to throw all of this technical, science-y talk at us. They were just like, here's how it works, go with it.
Right. I agree. They didn't try to overcomplicate it. Irene is from the one universe where we invented the time travel universe skipping box, and she's just hopping from universe to universe, and they're all pretty similar.
She hates this man so much that she is going to kill him in every universe.
In every universe. I love it.
But not before she takes all his money, which, icon.
Oh, yeah. Every time she kills him in a universe, she just robs him and hops on to the next one. It's very effective.
Our driving action is when she is going to his house to kill him in another universe. He's already killed her daughter and grabbed his next victim, who is a 15-year-old, I believe, and her name is Mia.
Kind of like a runaway.
Yeah, she mentioned
Drifter
she
kinda
was
gal.
in the foster care system
Yeah.
and ran off,
Didn't
and
really
no
have
one really
anywhere to go
cares.
to.
Yeah, sounded like she comes from a rough situation and was kidnapped by this dude, and now Irene is gonna help her.
So we get into the action pretty early on, and I like that this movie did not waste our time. It gets into it quickly, and it is Irene and Mia trying to hunt down this guy while also trying to trust each other along the way. I kind of liked everything this movie had to give. The acting was great. Like I said, these sci-fi elements were handled very well. It was gory when it needed to be. You had your action-y kind of shootout scenes when you needed it, some horror vibes. There was a lot going on with this movie. I liked it a lot.
I agree. There wasn't anything that I thought was bad or boring or anything about this movie. It was such a cool original idea, which is always I think, really important when watching a
Hmm.
movie because so many things are kind of rehashes of other
Yeah.
ideas or properties.
I like the little details in the kind of universe skipping story that Irene is going through. Like she has the one universe where she's in a relationship with that one guy from the beginning for a few months, and she's showing like pictures to another universe version of that guy. Felt like the killer, he felt like a threat the whole time, and I loved seeing him get his comeuppance very often. She kills him a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And I did for a minute think they were going to take the boyfriend and maybe do a little twist that he was in on killing her daughter or something. They didn't do that. I didn't really even remember the boyfriend until you just mentioned him, so I guess he didn't have much development, but it's not about him.
I guess it serves as a way to kind of humanize Irene.
That's true. I
She
think
she
she
portrays herself as very
says,
like lost and kind of like on this never-ending quest
yeah, I think she says the longest she stayed in a universe was with him,
for like a few
and they were
months.
together for like 3 months. Yeah. And then you really get to see her bonding and building this relationship with Mia.
Yeah,
And
that gal did a great job.
oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's nice because, Irene lost her daughter, and in every universe, it's established that she goes into such a spiral that she commits suicide.
Hmm.
So she's not in a good place. And then Mia's never really had parents or a family. So they get to kind of explore that and find that in each other.
They trauma bond hard.
They really do. Does Mia do a lot of things that one might look at and think, oh, that's irrational? Absolutely. But you know what? I think the way that she was characterized and the job that the actor did,
Hmm.
and just knowing what her backstory was, I didn't think any of the things that she did were out of character. Like when she's in the restaurant yelling that Irene has kidnapped her because she's angry at her.
Yeah, she's not getting what she wants. She's very much looking out for herself at that point, and that does start to change throughout the movie, but it makes sense why she's doing this.
Yeah, it's almost like a kid throwing a tantrum,
Yeah,
and
she is
she's
15. She's a
15.
baby.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
I guess I would say the only two things that struck out for me were the one sequence where Irene and Mia are doing the universe skipping, and they have like a part on the magic bread box burn out. They need to find some other universe hoppers to get some more, like a new battery or something. We have
Mhm.
that scene, they get stuck or like locked into this kind of like underground bunker. I think they're trying to maybe kidnap Mia to like traffic her.
Yeah, they establish that a lot of people who do this time jumping thing are in the human trafficking business.
I guess I would say, and they end up, they fight back and kill these two other people like smugglers. I guess that didn't really serve the story overall. It just kind of added some details.
Yeah, I didn't mind that so much because I thought it was adding to the lore, and I think it was a way to have this underlying threat that the only thing after them isn't necessarily this serial killer guy.
The
He
world is
honestly doesn't
hostile.
even know about them until they approach him, It's,
Yes,
people can be after them that want to human traffic them and steal their machine at any moment, because
true.
the way that they explain it, that's not a one-off thing. That's pretty common.
Yes, okay.
We just see it once because otherwise the movie would be way too long, I think.
This movie was not afraid to get dark when it needed to.
No, but it was dark without being like gross or graphic.
Hmm. So my first critique leads me to my second. I'm not too serious about it, but I thought this movie had a problem with ankles.
Oh, with angles?
Ankles.
Ankles.
Do you remember in the fight where Irene and Mia are trying to escape from those two smuggler people? Mia is like fighting the one gal. She's crawling under the car, and they show us a shot specifically. The one smuggler gal stomps on her ankle, and you hear her like crack. She cries out.
Oh.
That is not acknowledged at all later in the movie.
That's
She's not
true.
hobbling around. They
She is
show
not
her.
hobbling
They
around.
hear. They play a cracking sound as she screams out and is just walking away fine, no problem. And then also at the end of the movie, we don't have as much time with it, but Irene gets caught in a bear trap. The bear trap,
That's
like
right.
jaw, the killer dude, like it's closed on her leg. He stomps on it even harder, and they pull it off. And I mean, I guess she was probably like hobbling or crawling at that point, but you're probably bleeding profusely. Your leg is broken.
No, you're right. Yeah, they didn't really
Problem
keep
with
up with
ankles.
their ankle injuries. One thing you mentioning that made me remember, I did wonder how Mia got out of that barrel because the serial killer, well, he's already killed her in the universe they're in.
Yes.
And so then Mia kind of goes rogue. She's like, I'm going to kill him for doing that to me. Well, she doesn't really have this planned out. She's 15. She doesn't know how to shoot a gun. So he catches her. By the way, made my skin crawl how he was so happy thinking she had a sister.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
so excited.
That was a good touch. Like the writing in this movie, this story plays out very well and consistently. I like that.
Yeah, and you know what? Good on that actor. He was creepy.
He was. I'm sure that actor is a lovely guy because he played a creep.
I have a running theory that in order to play a creep, you have to be just a lovely human being.
Yes, in real life, absolutely.
Yeah, he puts her in this barrel and then throws her in the lake.
Wasn't it Irene tried to get him and he had the bear trap on her leg? He threw her into the lake, right?
No, he put Mia in the barrel.
And it was sinking down
and
into
then
the water.
threw the barrel
Yeah.
into the lake. And then, yeah, the barrel was like taking on water and everything.
There was holes in the barrel, yeah. Wasn't it Irene that got in and like pried the lid off? Was that it?
Did that happen?
I thought so.
Because I thought that Mia came in and kind of saved Irene. And I was like, how'd she get out of the barrel? If that happened, I missed it.
That's what I thought happened.
I assumed they just said, hey, she got out.
She got out.
I don't know, maybe the water and the pressure, she kicked her way out. I don't know.
She finishes the guy off with a pickaxe. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
And they decide to stop in the universe where Irene finds, like, she's still alive. Her universe, I guess this universe, Irene is still alive, and then her daughter is still alive. The serial killer got caught years before and is in jail for life.
Well, no, that's not the universe they stay in. That's the universe. So Mia runs off to go kill this guy.
I thought they stayed there.
And that's when, nope. And that's when Mia yelled, oh, she's kidnapping me.
Yeah.
So the police, they're coming. So Irene's like, okay, well, I gotta go then. She gets in the machine and goes to another universe. In that universe, the serial killer was caught years or a decade ago or something like that. And so her daughter is still alive, but then she's still alive too. So she gets to go and see her daughter one last time and tells her stranger danger. And then she leaves. She says, I'm not your mom, because her mom is her in that universe. So then she leaves and goes
she went back to the universe.
Mia, the universe where Mia's in trouble.
I thought she stayed in the good one. She's like, no, my daughter's life in this one, I'm going to stay.
Because Irene and Mia are both dead in that universe, that's the one that they're going to stay in.
Makes sense.
And then they destroy the machine.
Oh, yeah, they just light it on fire.
That was fun. And then that was the end of the movie. It was a great ending.
No, it ties itself up in a nice bow, and you have yourself a pretty dang good movie. I liked it. I'm giving this a 90%.
Yeah, I thought this movie was great too.
It was fun.
I'm going to give it a 90 as well.
You start the movie with Irene fighting the killer. He's got her like in a headlock. She like is struggling to get free and like grabs the gun and blasts him. And then we get straight into it. It was a fun ride the whole time.
It was, and it wasn't too long. It didn't overstay its welcome. I think it was like an hour 45, which was perfect for this.
Perfect length for a movie.
But on Rotten Tomatoes, This has a 97%.
Well earned. Well earned. This is a pretty good movie. I like it a lot.
Yeah, higher than a 90, but I'm still going to say that's worth the hype.
This is my Best Picture nominee prediction so far.
This is your favorite movie of 2026?
Subject to change.
You did say that about Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die last week, so we're on a good streak.
Yeah, we have a new first place.
I agree. We're on a good original sci-fi streak. We'll see what happens next week. Our next segment, now that we've abandoned the films of 2025.
We're just getting too far into the new year. We gotta stay updated.
We're going to go over our top 10 films of 2025. But first, I'm going to give a little in memoriam to all of the movies that we missed.
Yes, please hit us.
R.I.P. to these movies. Magazine Dreams. I don't really care. Gross. Jonathan Majors.
Oh, yeah, no thank you. I didn't want to watch that anyways.
Nope. Thunderbolts.
Is that the Marvel thing?
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I like Florence Pugh and Sebastian Stan, but...
People seem to like that movie, I think.
Yeah, I don't really care about Marvel anymore. Speaking of, the Fantastic Four, First Steps.
I was interested in seeing this with, like, Pedro's performance, but overall, do I care about, like, the universe and everything they're trying to set up in this new stage of whatever Marvelness? No, I can honestly go without seeing it.
Didn't hear much about this movie. Love Pedro. Can you tell we don't have Disney Plus?
Right.
And... You know, Marvel, call me when you bring back the X-Men.
True. Hey, maybe soon.
I think they're going to be in that new Avengers movie, which is a double-edged sword for me. I love the X-Men, but I don't care about the Avengers anymore.
I guess, are they going to be doing new recasted characters?
No, it's the same actors.
Till they're 90.
Mm-hmm. Days of Future Past is the best superhero movie of all time, and no one directed it.
I believe X-Men 2, X-Men United, is the best X-Men movie. Maybe not the best superhero movie, but it is for me.
You've never seen Days of Future Past?
I've seen parts.
You gotta watch the whole thing.
Nah. Okay, we need to do a X-Men marathon. How many movies are we up to now? Like 8?
Yeah, but I think there are some skips. In my opinion, they stopped after Days of Future Past. And no one directed, like, all of those movies.
Yes, no director.
No directors at all.
All right, keep us going.
All right. She Rides Shotgun. That one had Taron Egerton in it. It looked like he was playing a dad to a little girl.
It looked interesting, but nothing too intriguing, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about this one.
Same.
Caught Stealing. The new Darren Aronofsky movie, which I was excited for, but then Aronofsky started shilling for AI, and now I don't care.
Gross.
The Long Walk. Now, I do actually want to see this one.
Yes, we've heard good things about this.
Yeah, I've heard very good things. I think the cast is cool. It won the Ensemble Award at the Independent Spirits. If it weren't on Stars, I would be watching it. So if I see it pop up on something else, I will give it a watch. That's the first one I've come across that I'm like, no, I'm sad I missed this.
It looks really good, and I do want to watch it. I can already tell that is going to be an anxiety-inducing movie for me as the stress builds throughout and the number of long walkers dwindles throughout the course of the movie.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
On the edge of my seat, I know it.
Absolutely. You don't like a stressful movie.
I do not know. It keeps me on guard the whole time. It's exhausting, man.
We've got Plain Clothes. I thought Plain Clothes looked interesting. It was a period piece.
What was that about? Undercover cops or something?
Yeah, it seemed to be about an undercover cop who was gay and maybe trying to go undercover as gay, but like he's actually gay. I'm not sure if that's the plot line, but that's what it looked like to me from the trailer I watched. But I thought it looked interesting, and I like the cast, so...
Hey, if that sounds interesting to you, give it a watch.
Well, I don't have a movie, but if I ever see it on a different streaming service, maybe I will put it on.
Audience, check it out.
Good Fortune, that is the new Aziz Ansari directed movie. I think he stars in it too. Keanu Reeves, I think, is an angel.
Oh, yeah. I remember this looked mildly entertaining.
Yeah, I thought from the trailer it looked okay, but I'm not too upset about this one.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot if it's on.
The Mastermind with Josh O'Connor, that's him playing, I think, a thief, and it's a Kelly Reichardt movie. I am a little bit familiar with her work. I know her movies tend to be a little slower pace.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think the cast is really good, though. It has Gabby Hoffman in it from Transparent. I love Gabby Hoffman.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't seek this one out. It's also on Mubi, but if I saw it and was in the right mood, I'd maybe put it on. Okay, then we've got Die My Love. Another one on Mubi. I don't have Mubi. That's the Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson movie where I think she has postpartum depression and they're just really angry with each other the whole time, which intrigues me. That does intrigue me.
Remember when I mentioned anxiety-inducing movies?
Yeah, you did not like If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
No.
I loved that movie. Sisu, Road to Revenge.
It
I
looked
haven't
cool.
seen the first Sisu.
Yeah,
so
we got to get caught up first, but it looked fun.
We've got Merrily We Roll Along. That's the pro shot of the Broadway musical with Jonathan Groff and Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think that is intriguing to me.
Didn't they like do someone's wedding or something like that recently?
I think so.
That's fun.
Man, I love Jonathan Groff. Where's Mindhunter Season 3? I will beg for Mindhunter Season 3 any chance I get.
We'll just let AI do Mindhunter Season 3 for us.
How dare you?
It's the only way.
How dare you?
Only way.
Then we have The Chronology of Water. I do really want to see this one too. This is Kristen Stewart's directorial debut.
Mm-hmm.
It just popped up on VOD.
Okay.
So we'll see where it lands on streaming, but it did not have very good distribution. It should have gotten a full theatrical release, and it really didn't. But I hear it's a bit of a dark story. I think it's based on a real woman and her memoir.
Okay.
I think she's a swimmer.
Got it.
But I've heard that it's really cool and pretty visually interesting, so I'm intrigued.
Kristen Stewart is a good director.
I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard so. And she got into the last year, her movie, it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. So It must have been good enough that she got in there. It wasn't in the Palme d'Or competition, but it was in, I want to say, maybe the first time director competition.
Mm-hmm. How many movies premiere at Cannes? Dozens? Hundreds? I don't know how long it goes even.
I feel like a lot of movies premiere at Cannes, but not all of them premiere in competition or competing for the Palme d'Or even.
Okay. Makes sense.
Cannes coming up. You're going to get to hear me talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Rosemead. That was another Lucy Liu movie where it looked like her son had some mental health issues. And
oh yeah, that did not look like a fun time.
No, judging by the trailer, I feel like I know how that one's going to go. Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's a remake where some Santa guy kills people. You know, do I really care that much? No, but is it probably fun to put on and scream to? Yeah, sure.
I'm still scarred by the Terrifier 3.
I am not a big Terrifier fan. Then we have The Housemaid. I love you, Amanda Seyfried, but I don't want to watch a Sydney Sweeney movie.
No one does.
Yeah. And then we have Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. That one is intriguing to me because it's Jim Jarmusch directed it. I really like his movie Only Lovers Left Alive. It's about vampires. And this one looked more like a family drama. I did hear it was rejected from Cannes last year, but then it went and won the big prize at the Venice Film Festival. Okay. I'm interested in that. Adam Driver's in it. I love Adam Driver. Girls is one of my favorite TV shows.
To this day, his best performance.
Oh, absolutely. And RIP to all of those movies. Those are all the ones that we missed.
We may still watch you at some point.
At some point, we just won't.
Sometimes we get bored.
be talking about them here, most likely. But I think we did pretty good considering those were the only ones we missed.
Not bad for all of 2025. Not bad at all.
Now that I've rambled on way too long about that, you want to get into our top 10 of 2025?
Oh, yes. Of what we did watch last year, what are our top movies?
Now, first of all, let me hear your honorable mentions. You said you had a few.
Yes. So I didn't try to get too picky with my criteria as far as what were my favorites. I was really just going off of how did these movies make me feel overall and just general vibes.
We
And
love
we
vibes.
love vibes. So I'll go over and just give like a little reasoning why. Here are my honorable mentions for 2025. Good boy. He was such a good boy. And I thought what that director, and he like wrote and starred and did everything like with his dog over, like this movie took years for this guy to make, right?
Yes, it did.
It even got me with a couple jump scares. I thought this was a really well done movie. I'd like to see more from this director.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Not on my list, but very impressive.
Honorable mention number 2, Train Dream. I like that actor who played the main character.
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton, thank you very much. I was just thinking guy with beard. I liked this movie's portrayal of nature and kind of like the frontier, kind of hard life. A lot of these working class people in like the early 1900s kind of time period, how that was portrayed. And then also like at the end of the movie, our Joel Edgerton is like flying on a plane for the first time. He's encountering new technology and you see the world changing around him. I thought that was all well done. Sad story, and like, everything kind of just went bad for him, but I thought that was worth a mention.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
It's not on my list, but it won Best Picture at the Independent Spirit Awards.
Pretty movie too. I liked
Yeah.
all the trees. Show me lots of trees. I'll give your movie a thumbs up. Next up, Together.
Ooh.
I thought the whole body fusing concept was cool, how they
It was.
explained it. That universe, they're living in a world where apparently the Greek pantheon is the correct religion, so that is badass. Will kind of fuse together with their to be closer to their god or something like that. It was fun seeing Dave Franco and Allison Brie. I always want to say Brie, like Allison Brie. They are actually married, and I think it's always fun seeing a real husband and wife, how that relationship translates to the movie. And I think everything went together very well. That was entertaining.
I agree. That was a fun body horror movie. Another one, it's not on my list, but I did enjoy it as well.
Then Predator, Killer of Killers. A fun anime that is, or not anime, excuse me, animated movie. And it was, I think, one of, or if not the first portrayal of an animated series in the Predator universe.
I believe you're right, yeah.
I like how it continues to expand the lore of that universe. And it was just entertaining overall, good action and story, and I'm excited to see if they continue to go with that style, if any sequels are in the work.
I agree. I would love to see a sequel for that one. I don't have it on my list, but I did enjoy that one too.
My last honorable mention, Hedda. I love that main actress gal whose name
Tessa
is Tessa
Thompson.
Thompson. Thank you. I remember faces, you remember names. We balance each other out. It was fun and sassy and flashy and debaucherous and was just a fun movie experience. Tessa Thompson, love ya. Her girlfriend, who was also in
Nina Haas?
Nina Haas, thank you, was great as well.
Yeah, Nina Haas was excellent in that movie.
It was very enjoyable, yes.
Hedda is on my list, but we'll get to that.
All right. And those are my honorable mentions.
I love it. Thank you for those honorable mentions. I have a few honorable mentions as well. Now, I will say, I just went to my Letterboxd and I filtered by rating.
Mm-hmm.
So every movie in my top 10 except number 10 are 5-star ratings that I put in on Letterboxd. And then my number 10 and all my honorable mentions were all of my 4.5 star ratings.
Okay.
So that's how I decided how many honorable mentions any movie that I gave 4.5 stars.
Hey, it works.
My honorable mentions are Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
I really liked that one. I think that's my favorite of the Knives Out series so far. It's really cool how those movies just keep getting better and better. And I don't tend to like stories about religion, but I thought it was done really well here. I've got Companion. Now, Companion was really cool. It's got a really fun cast. I thought the storyline was great. It was a good for her movie. It just made me really happy watching it. So, Companion.
Good choice. I like that one as well.
I've got If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. What a powerhouse performance from Rose Byrne, Oscar
I agree.
nominee.
Just that movie gave me a headache.
But that was the point. They did it so well.
I don't need for a movie to give me a headache.
I do.
No. All right. Keep going.
Next, I've got Presence. I really liked Presence. It was shot in such a cool way.
Lucy Liu.
The ending was phenomenal. I'm still thinking about it. And I just think the way that everything was done made everything feel extra creepy. I loved Presence.
And I like what you said when you're like, I still think about it. These movies that are on my top 10 are like, I still think about these movies is a big factor of why they're on there.
Exactly. The next one, I have A House of Dynamite, the Catherine Bigelow movie. I know a lot of people didn't like this movie.
I couldn't remember what it was about.
I thought the tension was really well done. It was the one where there's gonna be a bomb and it's gonna hit somewhere in the US, and then we never actually see the bomb drop and what happens. I don't know. Maybe I just liked how that movie edged everyone, but I gave it 4.5 stars. I thought Catherine Bigelow did a great job, so I liked A House of Dynamite. Then I have Blue Moon, another one with a powerhouse performance from Ethan Hawke.
Oscar nominated,
absolutely. The story was something that I was interested in. I mean, it's old theater gossip and history
What's not
and
fun
stuff.
about that?
I love that. So, yeah, I just thought everything really worked well in Blue Moon.
Okay. Good choice.
And my last honorable mention, I have Left-Handed Girl.
Okay.
I just thought this movie was great. I was intrigued the whole time. I was interested in the characters.
Was that the one where they had that pet monkey?
It wasn't a monkey. It was something else, wasn't it? Like a chinchilla or...
Maybe.
No,
it got squished.
It was some really weird animal, and I forgot what it was. But yeah, it got squished.
That was a good movie, yeah.
But yeah, so those are my honorable mentions. And with that, let's get into the top 10.
All right, starting out, obvious one, Sinners.
Oh, Sinners, yeah.
Musically based movies like that work perfectly for me. It was a fun experience of an interesting time in American history that also, minus vampires, I suppose. The setting of it was interesting, I suppose, is what I'm saying. I liked our Irish vampire lad going around causing mischief. He was great in 28 Years Later, The Rise of Jimmy. And you just have that one music sequence in the middle of the movie that
best
is just
sequence of the year.
Yeah, one of the best shots.
Yeah, Sinners.
It's sitting on the shelf right now. We got it.
It's on the shelf,
Nominated for the most Oscars ever. Well deserved. Can't wait to see what they do with the sequel.
I mean, it made a lot of money, so I can't imagine they don't do anything else with that universe.
It's possible.
Sinners is on my list as well, but we'll get to that. All right, so my number 10, this is my only one in my top 10 that I gave 4.5 stars to on Letterboxd.
Okay.
But I picked it as my favorite of my 4.5 stars. Lurker. I loved Lurker. I love a creepy, weird, obsessive movie.
Yes.
Like a movie about obsession will get me every time.
And it's entirely realistic, too.
Exactly. I'm sure this happens to like people on the come up all the time. And the performances were fantastic. I even thought the music was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it really did a good job building a sense of dread without having a dark color palette, which I feel like
Sure.
we don't see that often. It was very bright, but almost in an unsettling way.
Yeah. This
It
movie did realism very well.
Yeah, it was almost like here's Los Angeles, but it's dirty. Not even dirty in that, oh, there's trash everywhere, even though in that house sometimes there is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this sleaze factor, and it's not explicit about it, but it's there. And then the way this movie wraps up, it is so intriguing. I loved this movie. I'd be excited to watch it again and kind of pick up the little details now that I know how it ends. But yeah, my number 10 is Lurker.
Good choice. I guess I'd say next up. And again, this is in no particular order. These are just the movies I liked the most, was entertained by the most, and think of still the most. K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
It gave us golden. All such good bangers. I liked the portrayal of the like Korean culture and the like kind of demonic legends kind of characters that they had, that art style, and the music, of course. What's not to love? And there's a reason it was the top animated feature for the year.
Yeah, we put that soundtrack on quite a bit. I'm a little surprised it's not on my list, but K-pop Demon
Really?
Hunters was definitely my favorite animated movie
Not
of
on
the
your
year.
list.
As
Okay.
someone who's not a huge animation person, that is an animated movie that I loved.
When the music in a movie works for me, it works for me really well, and it leaves an impression.
I love to hear that. K-pop Demon Hunters, recipients of 2 Oscars. We love it. My number 9 movie
Mm-hmm.
is Superman.
Superman.
Let me tell you, 5 stars. All the rest of the movies I'm going to talk about, I gave 5 stars to. I was expecting nothing from this movie. I don't care about Superman. I don't care about DC movies. I don't even really care that much about superhero movies. But something about Superman, it like made me feel better about the world. I feel like the world is in such a bad place. And Superman, it moved me, I suppose.
It did.
I was sobbing after that
You were
movie.
bawling.
And I thought it was ridiculous. Like, man, I am sobbing at a Superman movie, but I really do think just what I was seeing in the movie and then how I feel about how things are in the world today, this movie just really hit home for me. And
Good. That's what movies are for.
exactly. And I knew it was going to feel different from a regular superhero movie for me in that early scene where Clark and his girlfriend, reporter, I'm not a
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. Yeah, that scene where Clark and Lois, she's interviewing him and they're obviously dating and she knows about him, but they're doing this interview and just the back and forth I thought was great. And the questions that were being asked and the themes that were brought up, I
Sure.
feel like don't get talked about that much in these superhero movies. So I thought it was cool. Loved Superman.
Good choice.
You hated Superman.
I hate it less as time has gone on, but I agree. I don't really care about like the franchise or the DCU. This is like the 3rd or 4th Superman just since I've really started watching movies. It's the same thing with Batman after a while. Once you get just so many iterations, I kind of stop caring. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. I think it's good that now a lot of these movies, they're not starting with the origin story. Like everyone knows
agree.
the origin story. We're just jumping into it.
As far as recent Superman movies have gone, I think this is probably the best of them. And they have set themselves up very well.
I think so too. And Supergirl's coming out
Yeah.
this year. I saw a trailer for it just an hour ago.
I need to
and
watch
I
that
thought it
still.
looked good.
Great, great. Okay. I will pick next up on my top favorite, top 10, East of Wall.
Okay, East of Wall.
East of Wall was that kind of like low budget indie film. It was that family and gals riding horses, right?
Yep. We talked about it here on the pod.
If for no other reason, I loved the horses and the nature shots and the landscapes and
Our fave Scoot McNairy playing a bad father.
once again, Scoot aside, I thought all the like the horse riding itself, all the stunt work going into, and I mean, really, it's just these gals horse riding in these competitions and on their ranch all over the place to a really high level. I would have been thrown off and trampled any number of times, and there's like a 15-year-old like doing this in this movie, like whipping this giant horse around. I thought that was all really impressive, and I'd watch that again even.
Yeah.
Rewatchability, that's also a big factor for me.
Yeah, I agree. I thought a lot that was done in that movie was really impressive and it looked beautiful.
It's like there are tons of movies that we watch that are decent, but it's like, do I have any reason to watch this again? No. It needs to create a memory for me, be memorable. I think that's why having good vibes in good movies or good music in movies, it works so well for me.
Oh, that makes sense. Cool. My number 8 is Weapons, which Amy Madigan just won an Oscar for Weapons. Love that. I thought it was so cool how the entire movie, it felt like a video game to me.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the shots really were giving video game. Like sometimes the camera would be over someone's shoulder while they're walking. I felt like I love the Resident Evil games. I felt like I was playing a Resident Evil game.
Sure.
Love to know that director is working on the next Resident Evil movie.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought the cast was great, which is really impressive because this movie got delayed and like the entire cast had to drop out. It was supposed to be Pedro and Renata from Sentimental Value.
Oh, wow. That would have been a whole different movie.
The only person who carried over from the original cast was Austin Abrams, the guy who played the like junkie.
Yes.
Great in Euphoria, by the way. One of the standouts in Euphoria. But I just thought Weapons was so interesting and so unique, and it made me kind of tense up and cringe a little bit at some of the effects and the things that were happening.
Ooh.
And I love horror and I love body horror, so that's kind of hard to do for me.
I have another movie on my list that touches upon those exact same things.
Yeah.
It's interesting how we have the movies that kind of tick the same boxes for us, but they're different movies and for different reasons.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, Weapons, it was great. I loved all the different character vignettes. Weapons, number 8.
I'm putting my next up as Weapons as well.
Yeah.
I thought that Benedict Wong gave a great performance when he's doing his like possessed crazy run.
And that makeup effect.
Yeah, that was
like
the
on
best
his
part.
Eyes.
He gets like possessed or hypnotized, however it is in the movie. He like, I think he headbutts his husband does the death. And then like busts out a window and takes off running off after our main character. Super intense and super like physical work. I thought was really impressive, and everything else that you touched on as well. The story and concept and kind of like the weird voodoo-y magic system that they were showing to us was fun.
I think they're working on a prequel for Amy Madigan's character.
Awesome. Amy Madigan was great. Well-deserved all the acclaim she got for that. And just to finish it off, I loved the crazy screaming mob of kids like busting through windows and through people's houses, chasing Amy Madigan, and then they reach her and just tear her apart. So much fun.
All right, cool. So Weapons on both of our lists. I guess my next one then. So my number 7 is Begonia.
Begonia, okay.
I love me some Yorgos Lanthimos. Now, Begonia is not my favorite Yorgos movie, but It's still a 5-star, still loved it. I am appalled that Jesse Plemons was not nominated for Best Actor. Like, Jesse Plemons disappeared into this role. He was phenomenal. I wasn't sitting there thinking, yes, that's Jesse Plemons. I was like, who is this crazy man?
I thought, and we see in the trailer as well, the scene where he like jumps up on the table and like scrambles across this table to jump at Emma Stone. That was so well done.
It was. And I think Yorgos is always spot on with the societal comparisons and our, anti-capitalist themes. So I really loved this movie. It did all the things right that I want from a Yorgos Lanthimos movie, and it's my number 7.
All right. I guess I would say next up, you had it in your honorable mentions, I believe, Presence. I thought Presence was a fun ghost story in a time where it seems kind of difficult to pull that off with the proper horror elements. And even though this seemed to be kind of a lower budget movie, I think it told its story very well. I think there was a lot of practical effects in here, especially when you have like the ghost moving objects around, and we're seeing that as the audience, just things. It kind of reminded me of
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity, yes. This gave me Paranormal Activity vibes a little bit in the right ways.
That, yeah.
And then you had that last shot of, you can see the son's ghost in the mirror, his reflection for a quick moment. And I think Lucy Liu gave such a strong performance.
That's her best performance I've seen, and she's phenomenal.
So yeah, that's why it makes my top pick. And like I said, it seemed to be a pretty low budget movie, and the fact that I'm still thinking about scenes from that shows how well they pulled it off.
And we watched that one pretty early in the year too.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're still thinking about it.
If you want a fun little, I like when movies do creep factors, but it is not like jump scary horror, because I prefer definitely a creepiness factor definitely elevates a movie more than just having jump scares kind of keeping you alert,
Yeah, for sure. Great pick. My number 6, and it was one of your honorable mentions, is Hedda.
Yeah.
I loved Hedda. Nia DaCosta is such a star director. And after The Bone Temple, I am at a point, any movie Nia DaCosta makes, I am going to make an effort to see.
Hedda is sort of basically like if a party were a movie.
Exactly. And
that's why it's fun.
I love some theater. It's, of course, a retelling, essentially, of Hedda Gabler. I love that the additions and the nuances they made, because Hedda in this version, well, she's now Black and she's queer. And I think that added a lot of richness to this story that's pretty old. A lot of people have read the play or whatever. There's been a lot of Hedda Gabler adaptations. But this was so fresh. And you're right, like just the whole party. I mean, the whole thing is set at the party, but
it's what makes movies like Saltburn fun.
I love Saltburn.
It's like the whole thing is sort of just a party. And there are a lot of ups and downs and different details with that, but it has that energy throughout.
I agree. That's a really good point. Yes, the energy throughout. And the second that Nina Haas comes on the scene, I love that they swapped the gender of that character from the play. I think that added so much to the story. And Nina Haas, that is one of the best performances of the whole year. The fact that Nina Haas, and you know what? The fact that Tessa Thompson too, they didn't get Oscar nominations. It's criminal. It is criminal that this movie got 0 Oscar nominations.
I thought this movie had kind of all the elements to get some nominations.
For an Oscar movie, I agree. And it just didn't. And I don't understand. And people need to appreciate Nia DaCosta more. And I am a big fan and will watch any movie that she makes now
Mhm.
because she has just delivered 2 bangers in essentially less than a year.
Yeah, on a
So,
roll.
loved Hedda. It's my number 6.
Okay, I guess I'm up next. On my list, I'm going to pick my next favorite was Friendship.
Yes, Friendship.
One of the best comedies of the year. And if you've watched I Think You Should Leave, you're essentially getting like 2 hours plus of top tier I Think You Should Leave.
I laughed so hard my ribs hurt.
Jimp will stay with me
Jimp.
forever. So great. Great performances. Paul Rudd was fantastic. If you want to have a good time, laugh a lot in a movie, again, watch a couple episodes of I Think You Should Leave first to see if that kind of comedy is going to work for you. If it does, jump on in. The water's fine.
Yeah, if you can't handle humor being derived from a character's awkwardness, I know that cringes
Leave
some
now.
people out. That might not be for you, but it very much was for me. Loved Friendship.
I was hesitant at first too, but once you just accept it.
Yeah, because if you go in and you don't understand the style,
it's a safe place. Feel the cringe.
like you're going to be really
No judgment
confused. So yeah, Friendship, great comedy. I think the best comedy of the year.
We'll see.
So my number 5 is Twinless. I love Twinless. I know we talked about it on here, so I won't go on about it too much. I know we've been going a while, but
that's all right. This is our top 10.
It is. It's an
It's a
exciting
special
time.
occasion. Twinless was twisted, and I think that's what you like about it.
I love a twisted movie.
Yep.
I really related to the main character, which is very bad, but I understood how he could be pushed to do such things.
Exactly.
And his name, the actor, is James Sweeney. He also wrote this movie, and I'm pretty sure directed it as well.
Great job.
So I'm very excited
Hell of a lot
to
of talent.
see what happens next with his career.
Yeah.
And Dylan O'Brien gave 2 really great performances.
He did, yeah. All the acting in that was, I think, some of those guys' best.
Yeah, they had really great chemistry, a really nice, like, friendship bond that felt genuine. Yeah. And you're right, I do love it because it's twisted. I love a twisted movie. And I thought it was really funny, too.
It was, yeah. It had its pretty comical moments.
Yeah, so Twinless, number 5.
Okay, ooh, we're getting down to it. I will say my next favorite was The Surrender.
Oh, yeah.
It was that movie where I think the dad had like died.
Yeah.
This gal's dad, and the mom is setting up this ritual. It's this weird mix of like religious iconography and like blood sacrifice stuff. You get into the movie and you don't know where we're going from the start. You have the relationship with the main actor gal. She's showing up in a few different things lately. A lot of horror movies.
I saw her in a play once.
Whose name, of course, escapes me.
Colby Menifee.
Yes.
From The Boys.
From The Boys.
In the play I saw.
Does a great job, and I thought the setting when you're about halfway through the movie where the daughter and the mom are in this circle, it's like they're in a different space somehow. They're in a I don't know, they're in the dark dimension surrounded by these creatures. Some of them one of them looks like they're her dead dad. I thought that creepiness was fantastic. Mm-hmm. I thought to go to the next level, to try to escape, we have to like make a sacrifice, do the surrender, like cut off a finger, things like that. It was Is
this the cringy movie you were talking about that made you tense up?
It was, yes, especially with the finger parts where she's trying to cut them off, and then you see towards the end she is so desperate. The daughter's the only one left. She's so desperate trying to figure out, okay, what do I have to surrender next to get out of here? She's like cut off part of her cheek and like it's bleeding all over the place. That's a good horror movie for me. It's short and strong and gives you all the good horror elements in the right doses.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, that was a great movie. A nice Shudder pick.
Keeps you guessing too. You don't know where you're going, and you have the whole time. I'm thinking, how are we supposed to? How's our main character going to get out of this? I liked it.
I don't think she ended up getting out of it.
I think she went to heaven. I don't know. She went towards the light.
All right. So my number 4 movie, and we did already touch on this one, so I won't be too long-winded with this one either. It's Sinners.
Yes.
Sinners was great.
Sinners, hive mind, rise.
Sinners, I was hoping for that Best Picture win. Loved the Michael B. Jordan win at the Oscars. The cinematography win was very well deserved. That musical sequence was probably the best sequence of the entire year. Everyone knows how awesome Sinners is. I won't go on about it.
We got it on our
Sinners
shelf now.
Is my number 4. We're going to have to rewatch it sometime.
Exactly. Like I said, these movies, like I could watch again, definitely.
Same. And yeah, loved Jack O'Connell as well, you mentioned.
And I always try to remember the movies I want to rewatch, because when we have so much to choose from now, it can be like I said earlier, hey, this was a decent story, the movie was great, I'm never going to think about it again.
Oh, and with Sinners, I also want to shout out Wunmi Masaku, who won
Delroy.
Best Supporting Actor or Actress at BAFTAs. She was so great, and I love her. I've loved her since Lovecraft Country. I'm glad to see her succeeding, and yes, Delroy was great as well.
You don't pull out a grenade pen with your teeth, Michael B. Jordan.
You got really mad about that when we first watched this movie.
That's ridiculous.
And then you were mad that the gun wasn't like the right time period or something. I don't know.
Ruined the whole movie for me.
It looked awesome. That's why it's not.
It did.
That's why it's not your number 1 movie.
I'm mad that the vampire movie wasn't realistic. Moving on. All right. So, I guess next up for me, Sorry Baby. I feel like I could relate with a lot of the characters on Sorry Baby, our main character included, and a lot of this was a movie I feel like the tone I enjoyed quite throughout. It was the elements of humor and humanity and sarcasm, and you had the dark little twists along the way, and then you also had my favorite moments where she's finding the little kitty, and it's all lighthearted and well done. It's realistic, but it's a very unique story at the same time. I love our girl,
Ava Victor.
I think my favorite moment of this award season is when she got a shout out by, I think, Rose Byrne?
Wasn't it Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts. At the Golden Globes. That's what I was thinking of, because that made me so happy, because that was her directing it as well.
Yeah, Ava Victor
directed,
directed it, starred in it.
It was a great story.
And this was their directorial debut. They shadowed Jane Schoenbrunn on I Saw the TV Glow, which was my favorite movie of last year.
I think those styles kind of match up as well. I think that's why it really makes my top list.
Yeah, Ava Victor just really balanced tone so well. Like, it was sad and dark, but still funny, and it, like, nothing was too, like, there wasn't anything graphic happening, but you still get all of these feelings just from the dialogue and how the shots are composed. And yeah, this was such a phenomenal movie.
The struggles of an introvert. I get it, man.
Oh, same.
Okay, I think we're down to the last 2.
I'm top 3.
Top 3.
So my number 3 is Friendship, which we already talked about, but best comedy of the year, hilarious. I laughed so hard. I can't wait to watch it again. Friendship, it's phenomenal.
Okay, now we're in our top 2. My second favorite movie of the year, The Toxic Avenger.
The Toxic Avenger.
This movie had, I guess I'll call it, comic book gore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you had that first scene where he's the toxic Avenger with his big like broom club and he just smashes like a guy's arm or his head straight off, I'm like, all right, we're in for a good time. It was funny and over the top, and Elijah Wood was hilarious. Just a great time. I would love even to see if they made more of those. Peter Dinklage is always at his best. It's a movie that you can just sit back and enjoy. I like that it's a different take on a superhero movie. It's always nice and refreshing to see nowadays. I like it more than Superman.
That's fair.
Sue
That's
me.
fair. I don't think The Toxic Avenger was quite my style, but I didn't think it was bad. I'm glad you liked it. Now, my number 2 movie, I loved this movie so much. It was The Plague.
The Plague.
The Plague. It was so great. Oh, what were you saying about me earlier? That I like movies that are
Twisted?
twisted. That's right.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. So, like you said earlier, I like movies that are twisted. And this movie was super twisted, but in a really weird way because kids are really like that and they're really scary. And I loved how you described the main bully character as he was essentially like...
Oh, like Joe Pesci from the Goodfellas.
He was essentially like Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. And that was a spot on comparison. I loved that kid won Best Newcomer at the Independent Spirit Awards.
Too.
I voted for him.
Well done.
And then all the acting was really great from such young children. And Joel Edgerton was in it as well. I loved the music. Mm-hmm. I loved the sequences. It had the body horror element that always gets me.
It lets everyone, no matter your age, pretty much relate to a lot of the things the characters are going through. And then you can also reminisce, thinking back to when you were a teenager.
Exactly.
And how things were.
That's really what makes it kind of like a horror film. It's not really what's happening in the plot. There's not a real plague. It's how kids treat each other and how they act.
It's a movie about what happens when there is not proper adult supervision. Joel Edgerton was 100% to blame.
And the shots were so good. All of the shots in the water. There was one shot where the main character and the bully, they get in a fight and there's blood drawn and you just see the drops of blood kind of leaking down into the water.
Yeah.
I loved this movie so much. So The Plague, it's my number 2 movie.
All right. I feel like you're going to think this is a controversial pick.
What's your number 1?
Now, I've mentioned a few factors that go into my choice of favorite movies. Rewatchability, music, how funny it is. Also important is just how fun is a movie. This movie had me smiling and laughing and engaging. My favorite movie of the year is Fight or Flight.
Fight or Flight?
What a fun movie that I was not expecting. I thought it looked just kind of okay from the trailer. It was fun throughout.
Fight or Flight was fun. You know
It's
what?
that
I'm
Josh
not mad at that.
something.
Josh Hartnett.
Hartnett, he gives a really great performance.
Can't wait for Fight or Flight 2.
They sequel baited us really well too. It's just a fun, actiony, comedic thriller, and it hit all the notes just right. We had quite a few movies that the elements that they're showcasing, they do just the right amount to where it works as a whole. It was fun. I'll watch the next one. I'd watch that first one again. It was just a good time.
Fight or Flight, it was fun. I don't begrudge you, Fight or Flight, your number 1 pick.
Give it a shot, y'all.
It is fun. Now, my number 1 pick, we did talk about it. It's Sorry Baby.
Yes.
This was such a deeply emotional movie. It was done so well.
There are a lot of things that are just so relatable with Sorry Baby.
Yeah, I will watch anything Ava Victor puts their hands on now.
No doubt.
A scene that really stuck out to me was the scene where they're in jury duty.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, I got called for jury duty.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up not having to go. They, I guess, didn't need a jury for the week I was called. But I remember having all of these what if thoughts. And so there's the scene where they're in jury duty. They literally, you're getting asked all these personal questions, and they're like, this is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about going to jury duty. And so just all of the ways that I found this movie so relatable. Like, this movie was everything. It was so good. I think it's one of the most important movies I've probably ever seen. Again, Ava Victor, superstar.
Well, I mean, it's no flight or fight, but did I say that right? Fight or flight.
It's your number one movie. You should know the title.
I'm just about the action.
And I do want to give a dishonorable mention to my worst movie of the year. And I already talked about it on this podcast, so I won't go too hard on it now. But it was Elio.
Oh, Elio.
What a shell of a movie. This is what happens when you censor art.
I get that. I support that as well. I
think I know what you're saying.
Least favorite movie of the year was Pavement.
Oh, it was Pavement? I thought you were going to say The Materialists.
That was close.
You hated that movie?
That was very close.
Man, you hated Pavements that much.
Pavement was so long and boring. I remember thinking, like, I don't want to ever have to sit through this again.
See, I didn't mind Pavements.
At least The Materialist.
I didn't mind The Materialist either, but I did think it was kind of bad.
The Materialist I have just banished from my mind, but Pavement is like it's like, oh, this was a low point in my life.
That's fair.
Exaggerating, of course, but
all right. Well, that was our top 10 list.
That was fun.
We've been going an hour and 20 minutes, so that was very fun. I had a great time. And yeah, we'll see what movies we have to watch next week.
Hey, pick a few from these top 10 if you want to be entertained for a while. We do our research.
We do. We watch a lot of movies.
All right. I think that's it.
Goodbye.
So long.